Welcome to Talking Heads on USA Global TV, starring the one and only wonderful Dr. JACALYN. It's a prestigious place where world-class influencers and experts meet, and where you'll find the most trusted advisors and coaches for all things in life and business. Visit usaglobaltv.com to sign up for our newsletter, get the value you need, and be first in line to learn about events and giveaways and other valuable content. Connect with us. Email Dr. JACALYN at usaglobaltv.com to talk about how you can become part of USA Global TV. That's USA Global TV, where the doctor is always in.
Hello and welcome, or hopefully it's welcome back to USA Global TV and Radio. I'm Dr. JACALYN KERBECK, and our show today is fashion, travel, and fitness. Yes, joining me is the lovely queen of networking. She is a co-host here on 3 shows, soon to be 4. And then 5. And so, no, I'm kidding. She's going to stop her career and she's just going to be with me full time, regular basis. She's also one of our expert presenters on our Talking Heads platform. And she's a certified elevated listener on our listening team. Let's welcome DIANN FLOYD BOEHM to the show.
Hi, Dr. JACALYN. It's great to see you.
Nice to see you too. How do you feel about giving up your career and just coming with me full time here?
Oh, I think I need to keep writing. You're the master.
Well, it really is lovely to have you here. We just did the United Kingdom News and Culture show. We're doing this show. And then right after this, we have a new show called Global Homes and Gardens. And
congratulations to you.
Thank you. We're going to be taking a look at your garden. So thank you so much for sharing that with us.
You're welcome. I'm excited. Thank you.
Thank you. And also you had your talk. Yes, I do sleep. I sleep very well, by the way. And so I think that's part of my, I want to say my fitness routine. I get a certain number of hours of sleep. And I also do intermittent fasting every day. So I fast for at least 12 hours, usually 14 hours. So it's all part of my routine.
I'm so impressed.
No, don't be. I just listen to what people say when they come on this show. You know, all of our shows, we have a lot of people who come and share fitness tips and health tips, especially Red O'Loughlin, who is a longevity strategist. He gives us a lot of great information, and as does Annie Bush, another one of our team members. And today we're going to be talking about fitness. So before we bring out our wonderful guest, I'd love for you to share a little bit with our audience about the work that you do in your career as an internationally award-winning children's book author and also young adults. And you've written historical fiction and you've won all kinds of awards. Your background is as a teacher and you love your kiddos and you've got your story garden and you're also a master storyteller. And people can learn more about your work as a master storyteller in the Talking Heads episodes over on our YouTube channel, which is USA Global TV, and our playlist is Talking Heads 2022. Over to you, DIANN.
Thanks. I'm not cool. I got lost in what the question was you had for me, Dr. JACALYN.
I want you to just share a little bit about your background with our audience, and then tell us about your fitness, what you do to keep in shape.
I eat to keep in shape. No, I'm teasing. No. But you do need to eat healthy. But, you know, with COVID and everything, I rediscovered my kitchen. And so I'm trying to not cook as much in my kitchen like I used to, as far as that. Actually, I should say baking because I love to bake. But I'm really making a point to get out and a walk at least an hour a day. The other week, as you know, I went kayaking, and not that my arms are in the best shape, but it's just fun to be out with nature. So that's a lovely way to stay fit. And we're planning a trip to go and do whitewater rafting. So you really need to have a good core, strong core, and to be able to do all that rafting. So walking and sit-ups and the plank are really good about helping with that. And background teaching, actually acting on stage and musicals, I absolutely love to do. And, you know, I've been doing that in Dubai and now I'm back home. So I need to get back. I want to get back on stage again. I'm missing it. And but I've been really busy writing. So write. And I'm working on the second book, the follow-up to Rise, A Girl's Struggle for More. So I've been buried in tons of research. So not doing too much, Dr. Jacqueline.
What about Charlie and the Tire Swing?
Oh, yeah. So thank you. Very good. So I have a book coming out on October 8th, Charlie and the Tire Swing. And I'm super excited about that one, even though I didn't mention it because it's so far away, it seems like. But that has been in the making for quite a while, and it'll actually become a series, The Adventure of Charlie and the Tire Swing. And in August, I have coming out, I'm really proud about this one too, A Time to Fly. So we'll be doing a cover reveal. I know the first book's in the mail to me to see. So yay! So you'll be hearing more about those two books in the future.
I'm just speechless. Just like, what? You're like a whirling dervish. I think that's the term. It's amazing. You get so much done, and it's all at the highest level. It's brilliant. So thank you, Diane. Thank you for sharing that with our audience and with me.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me. But Dr. Jacqueline, really, I would like to really share with people that whenever you have an opportunity to be on a show like yours, and now to be so blessed to be a co-host for several shows, that by doing that, you are raising yourself to be even a higher professional. So I find you extremely inspirational to not just myself, but to others. And so it's easy to achieve when you have people like you in your life.
Oh, well, thank you, Diane. I appreciate it. I really do.
Okay.
And one thing I just want to share, and then I'm going to bring on our guest, is that I do ask people to take opportunities to be part of our family. And oh, I can't do that. And yes, you need to do it. Put yourself out there. That's how you grow. And that's how you work on your presentation skills. I've grown so much myself just from doing this. And each and every time, the beginning of the day, the first show, I'm still nervous. My hands are shaking. It's like sometimes I look at the screen, I'm supposed to be putting something up, and I'm like in another world. I'm like, whoa, wait. So it happens to all of us. But it's
Yes.
good. It's good to grow and put yourself out there.
That's
Our
right.
guest backstage, you've not had the pleasure of meeting except just briefly, but I've had the pleasure of interviewing her 2 other times, and she really is a dynamo, and she is the social media queen. You know how you're the networking queen? She is so good with social media. It's amazing. And she's on all the platforms, and she knows how to put herself out there. She knows how to get other people engaged by tagging and forwarding and all the other things that you do. But in addition to her social media expertise, she is also an author herself of a series of children's books that I think are really amazing. We actually looked at some of her work. I pulled up her website. And we also had her tell us about her life as a professional clown. Okay, have you ever met someone who does professional clowning?
No, but I actually saw a show where you interviewed her a little bit about that. So I'm excited to meet her.
Yeah, I'm excited to meet her too. So she's doing some really incredible things in terms of production. We're going to talk to her about that as well. Let's welcome Sarah Jillian back to the platform.
Hey,
hello.
Hi, Diane. Hi, Dr. Jacqueline. How are you
nice
guys
to
doing?
have you with us again.
Yeah, nice to be back. Nice to be here.
Yeah. And it's great to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too, Diana.
So I'd like to just start off a little bit. Let's just talk about the social media for a minute, because I know we touched on it before, but so many people are afraid of social media,
right?
And they have opportunities to actually get their name out there, get their brand out there, get their messaging out there, but they don't actually do it. And you've already mastered it. So tell us how you did that.
I just, I'm just not afraid of putting myself out there, I guess. And I know that, there's an old saying, the squeaky wheel gets oiled. or greased or something like that. So it's like you have to sort of put yourself out there if you want others to say, hey, you know, they see you, they know who you are. I just believe that if you have a talent, you know, why not? What have you got to lose, really?
So true. So true. So you really are a creative genius because you
Oh, thank you.
you're no, you're putting yourself out there in so many different ways as an actress, as an author, as a clown, social media expert.
I also, I think I don't know if I mentioned to you too that I'm in a Pixel project that was supposed to be launched in May 22nd, but it was postponed. And now I've got my artwork. I'm also an artist. I have done cards and artwork. And so now I'm being launched in this Pixel project, which is half of the proceeds go to women in shelters and things. They picked 222 women around the world, and those women will be launched with their artwork, and 50% of that will go to women in shelters and women in need, which is kind of cool. And it was supposed to come out May 22nd, and 222 women, and it didn't happen. But they said in June it will. So yeah, that's another thing I do is I do artwork.
Wow,
Wow.
what a great cause. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Like, yeah, so the whole thing is like geared towards whatever we sell will help others as well. Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yes.
So we have a website so we can go to it to order and help
Yeah.
support this?
Yes, I forgot, you know, like you said, Diane, you had forgotten things when I had forgotten to put that in on the queue of the different websites that I'm on. So this will be, I think it's called the Women's Pixel Project, NFT, I think it is. And they're on Instagram, and they're also, I think they're on Facebook. I'm not sure. I think they are. I'm pretty sure they are as well.
And
I'm
I'm sure if we
typing it
go to
up.
your website, we probably could click from right there too.
Yeah, I think on my Facebook I have the Pixel Project at the
Okay,
top.
cool.
Yeah, I do.
Great.
Yeah.
It's the Women's Pixel Project NFT?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect. I just
That's
put it
awesome.
out
What
there.
kind of art are you doing for it?
I've always been an artist since I was like 4 years old. I remember my father like stealing my artwork and framing it, but so I've always, and I started selling cards when I was, greeting cards when I was about 10 or 11. And then around 12, I had my first art show at a
Wow.
place that was, they were running copies of my artwork, and they saw my artwork, and they said, hey, we'll make cards of this, but why don't we have an art show as well with your artwork? So I said, okay, sure, I'll do that. I mean, I was 12, and then I had the cards, and I went around to stores because I was kind of like a very big entrepreneurial kind of gal, and I wanted to go out and make some money. So I thought, well, I'll go. And I went to a few stores, and they took my artwork, and that was really cool. And I did that for a while, and then had a few art shows. And but my artwork, as you asked me, what type of artwork is it? It's coming from my head. It's just fantasy stuff. I just draw whatever comes out, but I start primarily with painting, and then from the painting I go to a lines, like a rapidograph, fine detailed art on top of the watercolor, and then on top of that I will color in all the stuff that I'm doing with the pen and ink. And so it's like a couple of things. Then I take sparkles and little decals and things, and I put them on the artwork so everything's kind of flashy. And occasionally I'll do the frames as well. I'll paint the frames and put glitter on the frames so that it's like a whole package deal.
That sounds awesome.
Thank you.
That's really cool. Sarah, I remember when you were here before, we actually looked at your illustrations on your books, right?
Yes.
Where do we do that?
I think that you had you could, if you went to the Amazon sites. I know that on the Kindred or a Kindle, I should say, sites, they show a few pages of my artwork as well. You can flip through. I think they show maybe 5 pages, so you can see that. I also have a video on YouTube that was put up by the publishers a while back, and it is promoting the first book, and it's Sarah Jillian. Or actually, you know what? I have a pen name, Sarah Pulaski, which was my name when I was married. So Pulaski is the name on the book, and it's also, so I use it as a pen name. So any books that I will write, I'll continue with that, unless I decide at the next publications that I change it to Sarah Jillian. But as it stands, it's Sarah Pulaski. But the video is Did I Really Dream Last Night by Sarah Pulaski.
Great.
Beautiful.
If you would put that into the private chat, and then we'll be able to share it with everyone so they can find it.
Sure.
Fantastic.
Sure.
Love that. Okay, so we also want to talk about what it's like to have a passion for fitness, right? Because this is part of what our show topic is. And absolutely. I know for me, I'm extremely passionate about fitness, and I know Diane, you are too. And Sarah, we were talking about the influence that music makes in your life. So I'm going to spotlight you and tell us about your fitness routine and how you incorporate music.
Sure. Well, I just, I love listening to music, and I think that most people do. And whatever your preference is, my fitness routine really starts with putting in my earplugs and putting in my music and putting on, I'll talk to Siri and I'll say, would you please put on the hits of the 80s, say. And Siri will do that for me. So I'll have the hits of the 80s and I'll start listening to them. And then on my computer, I will put on different videos. So I do a yoga video, and I also do an aerobics video. And once you hear that music, I don't know, personally, when I hear music, I want to move. So I do think it gets your adrenaline going. It wakes your brain up, and it makes you feel like you want to go. So I think that that's where my, connection is with music. The fact that it gets my brain going and then my body and making, it really makes working out a lot easier when you have music. I think it's actually proven that it really helps.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Diane, do you incorporate music when you're working out?
Yeah, but I just sing to myself.
All right, we'll take it.
That works.
What kind of songs do you sing, Diane?
Oh my gosh. I make them up as I go. Like, Lord, let's get going. 1, 2, 3, go. 3, 4, 5.
I love it.
That's funny.
It's funny.
Whatever works, right?
Right, whatever works, right?
I do.
And then when I'm going up the hills, if I'm walking, I'm like, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sergeant says move. 1, 2, 3, 4. Move it, move it, move it.
Oh my gosh.
I probably do that with the earphones on, and I don't even hear myself say those things. That's the glory of having the earphones in. I'm probably singing at the top of my lungs, and only nobody can, people can hear, and no, I can't.
You can't.
Definitely. Sarah, I'd love for you to share with our audience, for people who are not getting as much exercise as they should be. I know we've had many doctors on this platform, and my understanding is across all of them that the average that we need to get on average 45 minutes of exercise. I don't know if it's 5 days a week, however many days a week, but many people are not doing that. So what can people do based on, the experience that you've had? You put the music on, and Diane, you're talking to yourself, you get yourself going. What else can people do to get into routines where they're incorporating more exercise into their routine?
Well, I mean, I don't drive, so I do a lot of walking, and I think that a little walk every day is really good. It's really beneficial in every way because it's getting everything going. And if you're fast walking, you're getting your heart rate up, and if you're going up hills, you're doing the same. And so if I have a chore to do or run around and do something, I will do just that. I won't take a bus or a train or a car. I will walk that distance. So I have that. Yeah, I'm sure everybody has that app on their phone where it shows the distance that you're going. And so I sort of aim, and this may sound impractical for a lot of people, but I aim for about 10K a day on that app. So that can mean just walking around your home, having it in your pocket and your phone, and having that, give you that reading. So, but motivating, everybody has different reasons for wanting to exercise. I think the strongest motivation that I have is it makes you feel good. I think that, our bodies were kind of made to move. And so I don't know what we're all lucky if we can move, and so I really go with that, move.
I think you nailed it. It's about just getting up, moving, doing. And
Yeah.
maybe
And
there's a, go
yeah,
ahead.
I think too, if you have that phone on you, it's got that little thing. It might, once you realize that, oh my God, like I've walked 5K, or we have K here, you have miles there. But if you see, oh, I've done 3, and then just from walking around your house, you might say, oh, well, maybe I'll do 4. And then you feel it seems to move everything in your body as well, in terms of like your functions.
Gets everything going.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like it might that might be a motivation. Who knows, right?
Mhm.
Absolutely, yes. We are going to take a quick break, and we're going to hear from someone near and dear, and then we'll be back to talk more with Sarah Jillian. And I want to talk about, when we come to fitness, how clowning could possibly be a way that people can get into a fitness routine, incorporate that, right?
Absolutely. Actually, that was a big thing with the clowning, was that was part of the job. Was, when I had 10 clowns work for me at one point, and one of the things was bring music, bring something to listen to.
Fantastic. Well, let's get into that a little bit more after the break.
Sure.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Kapayapaan, kapayapaan, kapayapaan.
Diann Floyd BOEHM's A Song of Peace tells the story of a young lad named Tommy whose fervent wish for peace on earth touches the hearts of his friends and family, spreads to his community, and eventually unites the whole world around making his dream of peace a reality for everyone. Sit down with the children in your life and share Tommy's amazing story of love and hope. Sing your own song of peace and invite the children to join you. Tommy's tale is more than just a story. It's a movement, and everyone's warmly welcome to take part.
Kapayapaan, 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 kapayapaan.
You'll find a song of peace along with many other wonderful learning and enriching opportunities for children of all ages at DIANNFLOYDBOEHM.com.
The session that we had with BCAT was really entertaining and enlightening. We were able to put together some very specific steps that we as individuals can take, and it was really fun to all come together and see sort of where we're going as a team and how we can all get there together.
We had a tremendous experience with the BCAT partners. One of the challenges that we have as an organization is to make sure that we have the right people in the right chairs doing the right thing. To do that well, you have to have synergy. You can try to dream up ways to make sure that your group does that, or you can rely on experts. We would recommend BCAT partners to anybody who's looking to take their organization to the next level.
Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to Story Garden. Your host, Diann BOEHM. I'm so happy to have you here today.
Diann Floyd BOEHM tells wonderful stories that warm the heart, spark the imagination, and unite people and families across generations. For children, Diann's Harry the Camel connects with all of us who've ever wondered how different our lives might have been if only we'd been born something better, like a wonderful horse instead of an ordinary camel. In the end, we all learn along with Harry that there's nothing better than just being yourself. Diann's Little Girl in the Moon looks down on earthbound children and wonders if they know she's just like them. A story of love, home, and the bond between mother and daughter, its powerful theme that we're each of us different yet all of us the same plants a seed in children that promises to blossom within a loving and trusting grown-up. Diann's new biography, Rise, recounts the experiences of her grandmother, Ruby, to reveal the hidden strength of the human spirit. Ruby's story inspires all of us to become the best versions of ourselves. You'll find all of Diann's delightful books and much more at DIANNFLOYDBOEHM.com. Visit DIANNFLOYDBOEHM.com. That's DIANNFLOYDBOEHM.com.
Was bring some music so that you'll have something to listen to. We were doing promotion, and so they had to do sandwich boarding, which is really boring. But if they had music and their own music, whatever they liked, they could just tune into the music and sort of forget about the monotony of wearing a sandwich board. and it worked. They loved it. So yeah.
I was going to ask you, what is sandwich boarding?
It's funny. So when a company is doing promotion for their company, they do all kinds of things. So, flyers and a lot of companies back, in the 90s were doing sandwich boards, which were these big signs that people would wear, one on the front and one on the back. They're quite heavy as well. So when you're listening to music, it doesn't bother you as much, I think, to have this sandwich board on you so that you're advertising a company at the time. I'm sure you've seen that probably. No? Yes?
Yes, I've definitely seen it. I just didn't know that's what it's called.
I think in the Joker, he was wearing that sandwich board that he destroyed. Remember? And he got angry about that, and he was a clown. And when I saw that, I was like, yeah, I get it. Those things are really annoying.
So what I didn't know was, because I've seen people, even like human arrows, right, where they're holding a sign. I don't know how they do it for all that time, but I didn't realize that was clowning.
Yeah, well, there's all different kinds of things. I mean, at one point, I did have a clown agent, and I was booked into birthday parties and, big events where I would go and do balloon making and balloon animals, and parties, birthday parties, and I do the occasional singing telegram for this agency. But yeah, I mean, clowning, there's like a whole bunch of different things that you can be doing as a clown, not just, I mean, promotion is also a big thing. People do use it.
Wow. I always just think of the circus. So
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, there's that too. I mean, there's the circus. I didn't join the circus, but it's funny. I have a son who, because he grew up with me as a clown, joined the circus and was a contortionist in circus school. Yeah, so he sort of, was going that way.
So, Sarah, if you can share a little bit more, if people are interested in becoming a clown, I didn't even know there were clown agents.
Oh yeah, sure. I think, sorry, I didn't finish your question.
Yes. So my question is, what kind of personality traits, fitness traits should someone have to be a successful clown?
Well, personality traits, I mean, I think anybody could do it. And I think that everybody probably has some silliness in them. Or, maybe not everybody, but the majority of people. I don't think you need to be of a certain age, really. What I found about clowning and why I stopped it and did other things creatively was that I had the very thick white makeup, and I had little lines, and I didn't have like a very huge clown face. I had little lines and little mouth and little hearts on my cheeks, but still taking it off and putting it on is quite a production, and taking it off is you have to use a lot of lanolin. So it was becoming a bit of a like a pain in the neck.
Yeah,
honestly.
Sounds like there's a lot of work and maybe not good for the skin. I don't know.
But anybody, the question that you asked, anybody can do it. And fitness wise, anybody at any fitness level can do it. And it will just make, if you're doing a promotional clown job, you're out for maybe a couple of hours, and you're high energy. And if you're going to a party, you're high energy. So, I think, and clowns come in all sizes. So it doesn't really matter what size you are or how fit you are. I think it's just a personality thing if you want to do something like that, maybe.
Yeah, I remember a clown from a movie that, oh my gosh, was it Old School? I forget. But anyway, the clown had so much energy, was interacting with and now I forget his name. He's a comedian. It doesn't matter. But my point is, I think when we think of a clown, we get a certain image in our brain. And it's now that I'm speaking with you, that image has been cast away because it's not just that the red nose and the big wig. It's all different types of shapes and sizes, as you mentioned.
Absolutely. And I was actually the clown that I was because I had a white face and I had a line that went around my face, and I didn't have a red nose. I had lines here, like Alice Cooper kind of lines, and then little cheeks that were little hearts and a very heart shaped mouth. And I had a white satin costume that had big black pom poms and satin arms and a big ruffly black collar and a little black velvet hat. And I really was not that kind of clown. I was more, the clown that you see, the porcelain clown that is, is more elegant. I wasn't I was more, and not a mime because I did talk to the children, but I just didn't come across as like a zany, wacko clown.
I was imagining you as a Chanel clown.
Yeah, exactly. It was all Chanel makeup.
See that? We're channeling on the
You
same
got
thing.
me.
Fantastic.
What
Diane?
inspired you to move into the clowning world?
Well, I had a friend that was doing it, and it just came up that she said, "Hey, I have a clown job that I can't make. Would you do it?" And I'm like, "Sure, why not?" And so I had never done it, and this was a long time ago. And she said, "Okay, here's where you got to go. I'll provide the makeup, but if you want to continue the job, you better get your own makeup." She gave me where to go for the makeup. She said, "You can rent the costume for the day." So I went and rented a costume for the day, which was okay because clowns, when I began being a clown, you're going to think this is funny, but there was a clown kind of union, and you didn't get paid less than $150 an hour. So for me to go and do a job for an hour, I thought, yeah, that I'll do that. Sure, why not? And it turned into a promotional job that went on for quite some time with a company that then they had asked me to hire 10 clowns after a while. But so and then after that sort of dissipated, I went and I ended up getting an agent and did parties. So it sort of went from one thing to the next, but it all started with somebody just saying, "Would you do this for me?" And I just took the opportunity, and I'd already been an actress prior to that. So I thought, this will be great, great money and fun. I just wanted to have fun. I always kind of want to have fun. So I thought, yeah, that'll be fun. I'll do that.
Once again, another example of saying yes.
Yeah.
And the whole world opens. And if you had said
Absolutely.
no, we wouldn't be talking about this today. So
No.
Sarah, Jillian, as we close out the show, I'd love for you to share with our audience where you're going. I know you're working on a project. You've got a number of things. What's the future looking like for you?
Well, right now I'm working with Steve Oakley, who was originally working as a director on MTV. And he has this brilliant film series that we're working with. And I'm on that series with him. It's I've done 2 of the feature films, and we're on the 3rd feature film that I'm in. And now we're collaborating in our feature film is also Tony Simmons, the football great star. And he was in a number of different football teams. He's retired now, but he's a coach. But he worked or played on I think it was I'm so bad with these names, but I think New York Jets, I think, or New York something, but he was also in the New England Patriots at one point, and many other football leagues and or teams, and actually leagues too, because I think he actually played on the Canadian League as well as the American League. But anyways, he decided that he wanted to be an actor as well. And so he's done reality shows, and he's in this. It's a reality show film that we're doing. And then hopefully what's going to happen is that this series is going to be probably picked up by a network, hopefully a Netflix, or maybe even, who knows? Steve's working on it. It's not my job really to know these things, but I mean, I should know these things. But yeah, so hopefully it'll be picked up, and it'll be a regular series on one of the shows on Netflix. And the series is called Steinberg's World. And Steinberg, we're working right now on Steinberg Stops the War. And then Steinberg is into all different kinds of adventures, but it's based on reality TV. So it's sort of like Steve was one of the originals that worked with Real World on MTV. So he's had a lot of experience in reality stuff, and so it's a lot of fun. It really is a lot of fun, and now working with Tony is great. And yeah, hopefully it'll be picked up by a network, and I'll have a regular gig.
Fantastic.
Congratulations.
Yay, congratulations. And I just want to let our audience know, Tony D'Angelo Simmons, this is per Wikipedia, is a former American football player. He played in the National Football League for the New England Patriots, Cleveland Browns, Indianapolis Colts, Houston Texans, and the New York Giants. He's also played for the Edmonton Eskimos, BC Lions of the Canadian Football League, and it goes on and on. So congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and it's great working with him, and great working with Steve. And Steve's brilliant. He's really, the ideas are just terrific and off the wall and very funny. And it's a whole revolutionary way of making movies, making television, and hopefully you'll all see it.
Hopefully. She'll have to come back and be on your film show, Dr. Jacqueline.
Yeah, she'll come back and be on the film and music show. Sarah, as we close out, I'm going to spotlight you one more time. What's the best way for people to reach out to you, and who would you like to contact you?
Well, I'm on Facebook. You can friend me there. I'm on Twitter. My Facebook is Sarah Jillian. My Twitter is Sarah Jillian 71. I'm on TikTok making funny little videos and promoting different things. And that's Sarah Jillian 71. And then I'm on LinkedIn as I think Sarah J or Sarah Jillian. You can follow me on all those. Also, I think I've got a YouTube channel that I just put up the odd video. And recently I did some Matt TV. I'm on that as well. And he, in less than a week, there's over 350,000 views on that one. And he actually uploaded me onto another one on YouTube a week ago or 10 days ago, and that has over 20,000, 25,000 views. So you can check me out there, and check out Steinberg's World. I'm on IMDb, BDB, whatever. I'm listed there for Steinberg's World, and there'll be some more credits put up there as well. I think there'll be a second credit coming, and there's a credit there.
Yay! Congratulations!
Congratulations!
And you see, I always forget the children's books. I always forget the artwork. There's just so much in my head, and I'm like focused in on the acting. So, but there is the Pixel project coming up, and my artwork as well.
Fantastic.
Another woman who does not sleep.
I know. Who sleeps?
Well, we've got to.
Oh, and I just thought of one more thing. There's a show that I'm going to be on called Rock Radio, talking with Max on Rock Radio on June 15th. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh,
I
that's
just
okay.
remembered one more thing. So that's Rock Midnight Madness show. That'll
Wow.
be fun too. Yeah.
Sounds fun. Just the name alone.
Rock
Talking
Midnight
about-
Madness.
Talking about other things musically, because I've done some other things in my past, like working lights for bands and stuff.
All right. Well, everyone needs to tune in and follow
Check it out.
Sarah on all these different platforms. Sarah, pleasure seeing you again.
Nice to see you too, Dr. JACALYN.
Nice
We
to
wish you
meet you.
continued
Sarah.
Nice to
success.
meet you too, Diane.
Thank
you
Sarah.
so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Diane, I'm going to spotlight you. And how can people reach out to you and who should contact you?
Sure. Anyone who loves to read, children's books are for all ages. And you may reach me at DIANNFLOYDBOEHM, DIANNFLOYD BOEHM. That's my website. And from there, it's very easy to get to all the other social media links because I made it easy for you right there on my homepage. Thank you, Dr. JACALYN.
You sure did. Thanks, Diane. Appreciate it. All right, we have our next show coming up very shortly, in less than 15 minutes. It is Global Homes and Gardens, our first episode. And Diann Floyd BOEHM is my guest, along with Madeline Chan, and they're going to take us on a visual tour of their gardens. So do stay tuned for that. Stay wherever you are. Diane and I will run over to the other studio. We'll be back. Thank you again. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.